Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mello. Now I'm pretty late to this, but I still wanted to do a reaction to the WonHobby and other figure announcements. Now I'm not going to do all of them, just the ones I'm interested in and the ones that sparked a reaction in me, whether that's positive or negative. So let's get to it. Let's start with pop-up parades, and I think the most controversial announcement were the new sizes, the Pop-Up Parade L and Pop-Up Parade XL. Now I don't think either of these are value for money, like 6,900 yen can get you an older scale figure, a Figure Arts Zero figure, or like a cheaper Kono fig. And for 23,000 yen, that is scale figure territory. So why would you want to get a giant pop-up parade instead of a good quality, highly detailed scale figure? The only time I would consider getting a pop-up parade XL is if I was collecting like the Titan forms from Attack on Titan. But any other character in an XL form just looks sad. Next, we have pop-up parade announcements of Megumi, Utaha, and Eriri, and they are all bunny versions. And I'm not a fan of the show, but I am very happy for people who are into bunny figures because this is another affordable line that they can collect, and their designs actually look really good. I love how their bunny ears are different colors. And the winners of the pop-up parade announcements have to be Rei and Kazuma. This hair sculpt on this long-haired Rei looks so good, and if she's painted well, I think this is one of those pop-up parades that's really value for money. And Kazuma from Konosuba just looks so proud of himself. If you watch Konosuba, you know the iconic scene this is based from, and it's a fun figure. Next up, we have Nendoroids, and let's start with Panda and Takuna from Jitsu Kaizen. Now, I wasn't expecting Sakura to be this cute. I know Panda was going to look cute in Nendoroid form, but Sakura is really a surprise. He even looks cuter than the Yuji Nendoroid. Next, we have actual photos of Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen Movie Zero version, and I'm really glad that I didn't get the original Gojo Nendoroid because they are very similar, but I do like the faceplates better on this one. Next, we have Marin and Komi. Now I know these two characters are very popular, and I actually like their Nendoroid forms. They look really cute, especially Komi. Her facial expression looks so adorable. It's like a resting bitch face, and I just love it. I just might pick the two of them up. Next, we have Miano and Tasaki. Now, I also do not know the source material of these two, but I know they're from a BL, so I am very interested in checking out the story, and their Nendoroids look really cute, so I just might pick them up. Next, we have Chikihime Nendoroids. Now, I'm struggling to finish the original anime just because the animation is so old and I tend to lose focus. If anyone has a link to the visual novel, please send it to me. Anyway, we have announcements of Arcuid, CL, and Akihitono. I'm definitely gonna get Arcuid just because she is my favorite character. She's a badass vampire and she has some cute red eyes. Next, we have Shaman King Nendoroids. This is Anna and How. Watching the new Shaman King on Netflix reminded me of how badass How is. And since I got his Kotobukiya scale recently, I'm probably gonna get this Nendoroid as well. Next, we have, My Melody Nendoroid. This seems so out of the blue, like seeing characters from your childhood get Nendoroids, make them feel relevant again, and I'm just interested to see if they're going to do other Sanrio characters, especially Pachako, because he is my favorite. And we also have Gen from Dr. Stone, and surprisingly, he translated very well into Nendoroid form, because the Senku one didn't look very good to me. Next, we got another Eurocamp Nendoroid of Rin, and this is the Trike version. For the longest time, I have been resisting to get any of the Eurocamp Nendoroids just because I feel if I get one, I will be sunk into a black hole of getting all of them. And this one is another temptation because it looks really cute. We also have an Android of Dookie-chan, and I think she's gonna come with really cute faceplates, and I am gonna get her. Next, we have some Fate Nendoroids. This is Lancer, Artoria Pendragon, Alter. I'm definitely gonna get this one, and once the Quest Q scale figure goes up for pre-order, I'm also gonna get it. And we also got an Nendoroid of the OG Lancer. Weirdly, I thought he already had an Nendoroid, but I guess now it's cool that he's getting one. Also, we are getting... Oh, these are my favorite Nendoroid announcements. First, we have Elena, and she looks so perfect in Nendoroid form. So adorable. I'm excited to display her with Roxy, and I hope they also make an Nendoroid of Azusa from I've been killing slimes for 300 years, so I max out my level. They are three of my favorite like witch mage characters, so being able to display them together would be fantastic. And we also have a Nendoroid of Racing Miku 2022 version. I love this Neko design. It looks amazing. I love the green flag. And I'm very excited to see how her scale figure would look like. And the best figure announcements for Nendoroids goes to Toru, Kana, and Ilulu from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, because finally we get figures that are not made by FOTS, and this is probably the only Nendoroid series where I'm going to get each and every character from the same show. I think that's it for the Nendoroids, and yeah, we're moving on to scale figures. First off, I wanted to do like a shout out to this Black Rock Shooter character. I don't know anything about Black Rock Shooter, but this Empress Dawnfall version design is definitely up my alley. She looks so good. She looks good in Pop-Up Parade form, in Nendoroid form, and the scale figure is probably gonna look amazing as well. I love the design, and I'm definitely considering getting the Nendoroid and the scale figure. Next, we have the Ghost Bride. Now, I know a lot of people like this figure. It's elaborate, it's extravagant, but I don't care for it. Next, we have a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood figure. This is Edward and Alphonse, and this is kind of a surprise for Good Smile, right? Like, they don't normally do like statue diorama style figures. This is kind of something that Mega House would do. But that being said, this looks really good, and I feel like it can be like a quintessential Full Metal Alchemist figure. I actually want to get it, depending on the price. I feel like it's going to be a non-scale, or like a 1/8 at the most, but looks really good. Next, we have a Miles Morales scale figure. This is based on the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm excited about this, but not for the figure, but more so the possibility of Good Smile doing more Marvel scale figures. I really want characters that I love like Scarlet Witch and Storm to get really good scale figures. So hopefully Good Smile does more in the future. And we also got this amazing Tanjiro scale figure. Finally, a Tanjiro face that looks like Tanjiro, so hopefully this one is not too expensive as well, because I would really love to get it. Up next, we have the Mikus. Like, what is a figure announcement event without Miku, right? Let's start with 1/7 scale Miku with Solwa. And this is gonna be very unpopular. opinion, but I don't like it. I remember seeing a comment saying it's like Miku X Splatoon, and I kind of agree. It kind of looks like a character design from Splatoon. I honestly thought I was gonna like it because it's technically streetwear, and I do like the colors, but something about this figure just feels dead to me. And this other Miku, the 1/7 scale Hatsune Miku virtual pop star version, looks horrible. Like, first off, the face looks like she's high. The hair is very messy. And the colors are just too much. Like, I think they tried to use every possible color available on this figure. And I'm sorry, but this looks horrendous. More Mikus, we have a Racing Miku 2021 private version. First off, I cannot comprehend how this is a racing figure. To what does private version even mean? This other one is a 1/7 scale Hatsune Miku Rose Cage version. The design is actually pretty nice. The hair is really pretty. The dress is beautiful. I just don't like the pose. It looks like a very used cast-off figure pose. Like the chair and then the one knee on it. I just don't like it. Next, we are moving into 1/4 scale territory, and we're starting with the Albedo Bunny version. I'm going to try not to be too heated on my opinions about this one, but this is disgusting to me as an Overlord and Albedo fan. These are not Albedo's proportions. Let's just be true to the character. This looks like a bootleg, like they got a body from a generic cast-off figure, put a somewhat Albedo resembling head on it, put some bunny ears, and called it a day. I just cannot accept that this is the Albedo Bunny figure. Let's be clear, this is not Albedo, um, and this is not what I imagine an Albedo Bunny figure to be. So, a very, very hard pass on this figure. From one bad bunny figure to another, this is a bunny version of Diane from Seven Deadly Sins, and again, this looks like an afterthought. Like, they didn't even bother editing her outfit from the anime. They just put on a bunny ear headband and said, hey, this is the bunny version for Diane. For how good the Elizabeth bunny is, what is this? Like, even the face does not even look like Diane. And I like Diane as a character, so... And another 1/4 scale figure. I think this is a girl's frontline figure. This is OTS-14 Groza Heavy Damage version. And honestly, the first time I saw this for a 1/4 scale figure, it looks pretty good. Like, the hair looks good. The body, the pose looks very interesting and kind of dynamic. But after seeing Dajo Boo Boo's video, I know what's on the base is part of her dress, but now I can't stop thinking that it's blood. But everything else about the figure is good. Alright, we're back to 1/7 scale figures. This is a False Lander character design, 1/7 scale of Hemath Nethel. It's nice, not the False Lander character I want. I want the Ronin one. Next, we have a 1/7 scale of Sana Notori Sana Channel version. Now, I don't plan to get this figure, but when I saw this figure, I wanted to have a birthday. Like, it's such a happy, fun, party vibes figure that I just had to include it here. Next is an Arknights figure. This is a 1/7 scale of Bagpipe, her Elite 2 version. And I'm just happy to see like a smiling. Arc Knight's figure, I don't think I'm gonna get it, but we'll see how it looks like painted. I can't really figure out what the base is about. I just know she's holding like a lance thing, so yeah. Next, we have a 1/7 scale figure of Elena. I really like Elena's character design, and I actually want to get the F-neck scale figure. It's just that I'm hearing quality control issues, but I love that pose where she's riding her broom. It's very iconic to her show, and I don't mind this design that Shara Annie CA Works is going to use. I just wish she was holding her wand. I think it's gonna make this figure better. Next, we have this Arms Note 1/7 scale powered bunny. The design is very unique. It's like a bunny, but it's an armed bunny. So hopefully it turns out well. We have this preview of the backside, but it not being colored doesn't really look too good, so fingers crossed that it turns out well. Next, we have the Fat Company announcements. First off, a girl's frontline figure of M8 to A1, and aside from HK416, I finally found a girl's frontline character design that I like. I love the movement in the hair, the color of her hair, and the movement in her coat. And I'm probably gonna get this one. Next, we have a couple of Fate figures. Now, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce these names because I do not know how to say them, but I'm happy we're getting more unknown Fate characters, and especially these two, they look like menacing villains, which I think adds a lot of variety to the current Fate figures out there. Up next, we have Kotobuki announcements. First, we have two Fate figures. This is writer Leonardo da Vinci and Saber Astolfo. And I'm definitely going to get Saber Astolfo because I do not have an Astolfo figure yet. And it's a plus that she kind of has bunny ears. Moving forward, we have a more clear image of the Ruler Altria Pendragon Second Ascension. It's nice to see the details that are going into this figure, and I'm still considering getting it. Next, we have a 1/7 scale of Philo from the Rising of the Shield Hero. And although I am deeply scared for the longevity of the stability of this figure, I kind of want to get it, and I am kind of regretting not getting the Raftalia one because this kind of gives me hope that they might do a Naofumi scale. And I also wish they would do a figure of the mage girl that they fought at the end of season 1. I really like her as well. More Kotobuki stuff. We got a Bishoujo announcement of Hawkeye Kate Bishop and Bishoujo Batgirl Barbara Gordon. Now, I'm definitely gonna get Kate Bishop. I love the Hawkeye show, and fingers crossed that she does really come with this dog, like carrying a slice of pizza. It looks adorable. I'm excited to see how the Bishoujo Batgirl would look like. I think they had like a regular Kotobukiya Batgirl, or is that a Batwoman Bishoujo? Anyway, Batgirl is one of my favorite DC characters, of course the Barbara Gordon version, so excited to see how the prototype is going to look like. Next is, I think this is the most talked about Kotobuki announcement. This is a new line, the Museum of Mystical Melodies, and this is a 1/7 scale, verse 1, Aria, the Angel of Crystals. The artwork looks nice, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. So I guess I would decide if it's something I want to get once we get the full final colored prototype. More Kurobukiya, this is a Hololive character of Subaru. Now, I've exerted so much restraint in not getting her Nendoroid, though I love her character design, her colors, and she looks so cute. But then they give me this adorable artwork for her skill figure, and I just might crack and get the Nendoroid in her skill figure. I just really try to avoid getting figures of characters that I don't know, just to save money and space. But anyway, let's move forward before I actually end up getting her Nendoroid. And I think this is the last of the Kotobuki announcements. We have new Bishoujo figures for Optimus Prime and Megatron. I love when a company like Kotobukiya does more non-anime characters. I really like the design of Optimus Prime. I definitely see Optimus Prime. Like the goggles on her head look like the eyes of Optimus Prime. And then she has this necklace that kind of resembles the power core, which is passed on from Autobot leader to another. And of course, the colors of red and blue. And then she has this robotic boots with the wheels that kind of represent the truck form of Optimus Prime. And then she's carrying a suitcase with wheels, which is kind of the extension of Optimus Prime. Now, the Megatron design is nice. I just wish it had more of those robot parts of Megatron to represent Megatron. The only thing she has is this cannon gun thing that, honestly, if you remove the cannon gun thing and then the Decepticon logo on her tie, she looks like a villain from G.I. Joe. But actually between the two, I would get the Megatron one just because of the color of the hair and the red eyes. But I wish they were just more cohesive since they're from the same series. Alright, next up we have an A to Z figure. This is F and it's a 1/7 scale by Illumina. Not excited about this one. She's just standing again like all the others. The white coat kind of reminds me of Kurisu, and that's all I have to say about this figure. Next, we have a company that I do not know, but they're doing two figures that I'm quite interested in. First is a 1/7 scale of STAR-15 from Girls Frontline, and again, this is another Girls Frontline design that I like. I just wish she had more movement to her, like make her more dynamic, like the Fat Company ones. But this other figure I really want to get. This is a 1/7 scale of Amane Miyama. I don't know if this is an original character, but as a bunny figure, I love it. When I think of a bunny figure, I want this to be this cheeky. So I wish she is not going to be too expensive because I really want to get her. Next is another company that I do not know. This is Oriental Forest, and they're doing another Girls Frontline character, a 1/7 scale of FX-05. The She Comes from the Rain version. Now, I love the artwork for this, but the prototype looks wonky. It kind of doesn't even look like the same character anymore, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and wait for the painted prototype. But right now, the prototype looks rough and does not look nearly as good as the artwork. But speaking of this character, I actually found designs of her that I would love to have figures of. And these are the two designs. I love her Mexican hat, and I love the pop of color on her outfit. So whether I get a figure of her holding a gun or holding a guitar, I would absolutely be ecstatic. Next, we have another girls frontline figure. This is a 1/7 scale of ZV-26 Cape of Fluttering Dreams version. Now, I do have a gripe about girls frontline figures not looking like they're from girls frontline, but I'm looking at this as a swimsuit figure and it looks jaw-dropping. Like, the hair is amazing, the face is amazing, the body sculpt is divine, and I am gonna get this figure. If I could have only one swimsuit bikini figure in my collection, this has to be it. Next is this adorable cat girl by Hobby Sakura. So this is from My Cat is a Kawaii Girl, and I guess her name is Kineko, and she just reminds me of like a young Raftalia and also reminds me of Jahi. So I don't know, I want to get this. If this is a good price, I would definitely get this super cute figure. And we are now on the home stretch because we're on the Aniplex announcements. So first we have a 1/8 scale figure of Nezuko, and this is her second demon form, I think. So this is based on a manga cover, and she looks gorgeous. Like, I love how delicate this figure is, which is a contrast to her demon character. Look at how delicate the hands are and the toes and the feet are. The only thing that I wished about this is if it was a 1/7 scale figure. I currently have the Kotobukiya Nezuko, and then I recently bought the Konofig Nezuko, and I am going to pre-order this so that I have all her forms currently in the show. Child Nezuko, default teen Nezuko, and then this more womanly demon form Nezuko. Also, they have another Demon Slayer announcement. This is Gyutaro and Daki. I'm just wondering why it's a Konofig and not like a full-blown scale figure. Like, are they not confident it's gonna sell? I love a figure of Daki alone. So hopefully we get that in the future because I would love to display her next to Nezuko. But yeah, I think they're pretty popular, so this sibling duo might get a scale figure later on. So next are more Konofig announcements, and they are all Fate. So we have Caster Artoria First Ascension, Berserker Morgan, who I do not know, and Saber Senji Muramasa, who I think has an android. So I'm glad that we're getting, again, more Fate figures, but if I was to get one of these, it's probably going to be Caster Artoria First Ascension, because I have the Nendoroid, which is the second Ascension, and I plan to pre-order the Aniplex third Ascension, and getting this Konofig just feels full circle. Another Konofig Fate figure, and this one looks awesome. This is Shielder Mash Kyrillite Ortaneus with Black Barrel. I mean, look at that art. That definitely would look amazing as a scale figure, but if they pull it off in a Konofig, then I would love to get it. And next we have the scale figures for Fate. This first one is a 1/7 scale of Saber Artoria Pendragon under the same sky version, and the artwork looks amazing. Saber looks glorious. The only worry I have about this scale figure is how massive the base is. It looks like a big old plate. I am curious why figure companies do this, why they make such a big base just to, I guess, cover the circumference of the figure. Does that help in stability or balance? I don't know. 50-50 on this because of the base. Next, we have another Under the Same Sky design. This time it's Shielder Mash. And it actually looks good. Looks way better than her Heroic Spirit dress version. I normally don't get dress versions of Fate characters. But this one actually looks really nice. It looks like Mash. It has a lot of movement to it. I love the colors, and I don't have a Mash scale yet, so this could be the one that I get, probably. And the last Fate skill announcement is the one I'm definitely gonna get. This is 1/7 scale Berserker, Sean the Arc Altar, Heroic Spirit, Festive Outfit version. That was a mouthful, but she looks amazing. Like, I did not pre-order the Good Smile 1/7 scale Berserker default of Jean d'Arc Altar, but this one looks amazing. She's sexy. She's a babe. Like, I love the hair. Like, her outfit is basically black, but I love like the little gold accents to it, and I love the movement. I'm gonna get this figure. It looks bomb. And that's it. That's all the figure announcements I cared about. I hope you enjoyed watching me gush and rant about these figures, and let me know by hitting the like button. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree about my comments. I'm sure you have your opinions about the Miku, Solwa, the Albedo Bunny, and the Ghost Bride, I think. Those are the three most popular ones. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing and watch out for more of my videos by hitting the notification bell. That's about it. I am pretty tired speaking, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.